Hello everyone, these are the two newest LEGO Speed Champions cars as part of the August 2024 wave. Both retail for $27 US, and in this video I'm going to be building and reviewing the Ferrari F40. After the build and review, I'll show you some side-by-side comparisons next to other Ferraris in the Speed Champions theme, as well as all the other 2024 Speed Champions cars. The 318 pieces of the set are divided up into 4 building stages. Got a bag full of wheel covers, which are 2 sets of 4, a chassis piece, a sticker sheet with 18 stickers, and the instruction manual. I thought we were trying to reduce plastic. Look at the size of this bag. It's more than twice as large as it needs to be. There's a little hidden Easter egg in the build. The red, white, and green here represents the Italian flag. As with all of my Speed Champions reviews, I'll first build the car without any stickers. That way we can get a clean look at the car and easily see all of the printed elements. LEGO uses this staircase building technique with the use of snot bricks and brackets to shape up the back window of the car, which houses the engine. Here's some more printed elements. These ones are printed on both sides. By the way, the last F40 LEGO car that we had was from 1999, and the only prints in it were on the side of 2 1x1 black plates, where we had a stripe of red printed on it. There are 2 classic robot arms recolored in red, and will be used to clip on the mirrors. Oh, wait a minute. The robot arm actually goes on the outside of this clip. Genius. Too many times in the past, LEGO has used a big sticker for such a small detail, like a door handle or an emblem. Thank goodness in this set, this one is a print. We also have a red stripe printed on the side of this plate. The 3 exhaust tips fold nice and snug between 2 cheese slopes, and therefore they're secure and don't move around, which is nice because some Speed Champions cars, like this one, they move out of place and it's a little bit annoying sometimes to readjust them every time. And something needs to be said about the stability of this car. I hope I'm not talking too soon, but the door, even though it's not attached to studs, it's clipped into place and held into place securely. The front end, the shaping is really nice, but it doesn't move around at all, unlike the Ford GT. Here's the beautifully printed transparent windscreen. Minifigure spoons recolored in red, and you've got to admire all of the detail going on here with the Ferrari name printed on the side of a tile. It's really done well, and some printing on the taillights and turn lights. These sign pieces are clipped on both sides to frame up the taillights, and this flag type piece frames up the exhaust tips. There are 2 different options for wheel covers, definitely going with these ones. Here are the leftover pieces from the build. I have not even applied the sticker details, but look at how detailed it looks already. I did find a little bit of a flop here, but it doesn't bother me that much. This car is beautiful in real life and in LEGO form here. It's instantly recognizable with its shape. There's a lot of prints that are done really well. The red prints match the plastic. The attention to detail is incredible, such as the black lines that are printed down the sides. And I didn't notice at first, but there's actually a black line printed on the side of that 2x4 tile with the Ferrari logo. And even underneath that red printed line in the back is black plastic, so you can visualize that black line continuing all the way around the car. That's great continuity to have. The only thing that is not a fine line is the spoiler. It's a little bit too chunky on the sides. That needed to be thinned down. But I still can't get off the topic of prints though. Not just the Ferrari logo on the front and the Ferrari name printed on the side of the tile, but also we finally get printed quarter windows. So many times this has been accomplished with stickers, and so many times it did not look good. Overall, I think this is really smooth looking, and then the construction is really solid, great for playability, and to have an accurate looking car that plays well says a lot about the quality of the design. The recolored robot arms and spoons are great. I appreciate the different approach for the mirrors rather than using a bracket with a quarter round tile all the time. And now I'm going to hold my breath while I apply the stickers. Ooh. Okay, it wasn't really that bad. There's not a whole bunch of stickers. The print to sticker ratio is really not that bad, if that's such a thing. The stickers that are here do provide necessary details and do add to the overall appearance of the car. And they match the plastic pretty well. So I've talked a lot about the pros. Now let's talk about the cons. Starting with what you can see through the door here with that big inlet. That's kind of unsightly sight to see through the outside when you're looking at it from the inside, or vice versa. The chunky spoiler here on the sides, and my biggest problem with the car is the absence of the clear plastic covering the lights here on the front. So yeah, I don't know what could have been done better there, but that's a little bit of an eyesore. Sorry if I made you dizzy with all that spinning. Now that the car's planted back on the ground, I'll take a look at the interior, as well as the minifigure, which doesn't really excite me. Not really digging the olive green sweater. There's no alternative face for the minifigure. On the interior, got some nice red seats. Got the shift knob and e-brake there. Some gauge clusters done up with a sticker. Now let's get the minifigure added. There we go. You really have to push those legs all the way in to get the roof closed, but it does close properly even with that hairpiece. You just have to reach your finger or put a brick separator down to push on those legs. Yeah, pretty good look. Oh, by the way, the wheel covers use the same ones as the previous F40 from 1999. The length of the car is pretty much the same as the 812 Competizione and the F8 Tributo. To conclude my review of this car, do I think it's worth $27? Yes, even with that price tag, I would recommend it because it's one of the best, maybe even the best in the Speed Champions theme. Now, that being said, well, that's a lot said right there with all of these other good cars. I'm going to finish off this video with some clips of side-by-side comparisons.